Oh, fence, thank you. I don't know why it started the mic muted again. It was fine the first time I streamed. It was muted yesterday, muted today. Weird. As I was saying, the MECHA bull is not animated today. I'm not sure why. Then I pointed out the skip and rope thing, and we're heading to the direction of all the clubbing stuff I showed yesterday, so that you can see some of the day life at the public garden, where all those deck chairs are put out and you have the big screen showing the events. Then you can judge for yourself which is more aesthetically pleasing, approaching from the lower side, the far side, or approaching from the upper side, the near side. Thanks for pointing that out, the events. And how are you doing today? I expect you're working, aren't you? Oh man, it is packed up here. Crowds all the way. And I think this car's broken down. Not sure it's supposed to be actually driving up here. Yeah, it's broken down. See if we can scooch on by. So the good thing about streaming in the middle of the night last night was there were very few people. You could just easily get past, especially at 3 AM. But today, many. Oh, you did work? As in, you finished? So it's not going to be a very long stream tonight. I'm still aching from all that last night. Bear in mind, I didn't eat at all yesterday, and I barely drank anything too. So I was very exhausted. I haven't eaten today yet either, nor had a drink. But I did only just get up, so I'll wait till I finish the stream before I settle down. So we're on Broad Street right now. Here is the Black Sabbath bridge. Last time I didn't really get to see it because people were sitting on it, but it's got the murals for these guys. Oh yeah, here's the actual canal view. I don't think I showed that. Oh, okay, Ben's wonderful. Well, it'll be a brief stream, so you might even see the entire thing. So just down here, this is the tourist trap area. You got all these restaurants lining the sides. Some good restaurants, but I haven't tried them, so I can't say just how good. All I know is they're typically more expensive, but some of them are not too bad. I hope I don't get copyright claimed for that music in the background. We're the champions. Please, absolutely everywhere. Almost there. This is the last stretch now. There are always hen groups out and about in this area. And here we are, this is Brindley Place. So now the fountains are active, the deck chairs are out, the TV's open, TV's on, and the food thing under it's open. So you get to see the daytime of this. If I just scooch on through. So you can just grab a deck chair, watch the games, grab a snack. Ping pong table over there. There's usually up to 4, I think. And On the grass verge to the left, there's also often deck chairs and such, and activities. We'll go back this way. Hey, Dragon Son, welcome back. How you doing? So we're going to go back the way we came. No, actually, we're going to take a side route because I didn't show the side route. There's even more restaurants tucked away down the side here. Oh, and there's a gallery too. That's the Icon Gallery. I'll see you later, Vince. Thanks for stopping by. I know you're pretty busy. Appreciate it. So here we have the Icon Art Gallery. It's also an events venue. So I've been in there a couple of times for events. And here we have a few more restaurants hidden away. And that place is being completely reconstructed or refurbished. I think it's the cladding. And yes, next to it is, or was, Halifax headquarters, I think. So that's no longer there. That big old block down in front is the Cube. I pointed it out yesterday, but I didn't actually go over there. I guess we could today. Yeah, we'll approach down by the canal. I'm just wondering about where I can show everything and everyone, so I don't end up missing big chunks. So if we go this way, we'll skip the busiest way, which also has screens and such. So we'll go down there, loop back around to the left, and then go down away on the left. You love canals? Indeed, there are many here. In fact, there are more canals in Birmingham than Venice. True fact. Just gotta wait a sec. Trams and buses everywhere. So this road used to be closed for a couple of years while they were installing the tram lines. But now they finally opened it up just in time for the Commonwealth Games. And it's always full of buses and trams and some taxis during the day. During the night it's not so bad, you get one or two here and there. You'd love a houseboat on a canal. Nothing big. Well, you wouldn't get anything big. They're pretty small. I used to know a guy who lived in a canal boat, and he loved the freedom of it, but he also had a lot of problems with it. So I don't know if it's worth the hassle. Don't really like the idea of everything there being at risk of drowning. And just general water damage. Oh yeah, so I was walking down here one day and a taxi pulled up to the right, but it was kind of all the way up here, kind of, and down there on the left are a bunch of apartments. These ones here, the second building with the brown bricks. So I see the taxi pull up, and a couple seconds later a girl comes out of one of the doors down here and she's looking around, and I figure, oh, that must be her taxi, she's looking around for it. So as I'm approaching her, I turn to speak to her. She steps aside and holds the door open. She thinks I'm just trying to walk into the apartment. I'm like, oh no. You're looking for a taxi, right? One just pulled up there, because it was out of her line of sight as well. So otherwise she'd be looking around for a little while. So I almost walked straight into one of these buildings. Just like I almost walked straight past that security checkpoint at Park Regis the other day. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have a trustworthy face or something. Which you'll never see. Not for now, anyway. I think it was that door there. So as you can see, there's the cube. It's looking all weirdly patterned. Let me just give a second, you can see. You'd love to skate this sidewalk. There are bigger sidewalks to skate. There's wherever the trams stop, the pavement is quite raised, and there were some skaters there who, I don't know what it was. I think it's like a wax stick. They rubbed it along the pavement edge, I think, to try and get some slippage on it. Removed so much friction. So that down there, that little bridge, that's actually a canal going over. You can't access it that direction. There used to be a set of stairs. Let me see if I can point it out. So there's the tree, and that black thing there was the stairs, but it's been locked for a very long time. You can't go that way at all. You don't have a lot of brick sidewalks. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are like everywhere. Someone I recognise just waved at me. But I won't get them on camera. Doxing. Yeah, they got sidewalks literally everywhere. And they're all this kind of style. Or a little bit more polished. It's the rumble feeling when you're skating, a bit. There's always a cherry picker here. Not really sure why. I know there are cameras, so maybe they just need to replace them, but surely there doesn't need to be one here all the time. Oh yeah, there's little boats you can rent. So here's one of the canals. Where we were at Brindley Place, there are canals there. In fact, I could have walked along the canal to get down here. Oops. Guess we could later. I still haven't shown the Utilita Arena. I only slightly showed it yesterday. Aha, you can't see the reflections of me because that blue sticker thing on the window is blocking it. Fantastic. So there's one of the restaurants. This bridge, you'll see there's some stuff on it. I'll tell you about that when we get closer. That's usually where I walk through, but I'll take the long way this time. There are houses right there at the canal's edge. There is a tiny little fence separating them, but obviously you could hop it. And by some of the scuffs, it looks like people have. That there is the mailbox, all of that. That's where we're going to be going, on this bridge. And here we have these little tracks. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose is. I assume when the canals used to be horse-drawn, maybe there was something here that would help to go around a corner, that would slide along. I don't know. You say you like the rumble feeling when skating. Yeah, you might not survive on all this brick. It's very bumpy. I can feel it through my shoes. Trainers. Cart tracks, yeah. But it's only that tiny little section, so I don't know what the purpose is. Maybe it was for loading and unloading canal boats. So maybe they would take some stock off, put it into a cart and slide it along, I'm not sure. So down that way is where loads of the canals are stored and lived at. That's like their premises. Long board wheels are thick. Yeah, I don't know too much about skating. I only know from a little bit in the past. And some of those games. So here's the Cube. Real close up now. There are loads of apartments up there, a few offices and a bunch of restaurants down the bottom. Now, this is the stuff attached I was on about. They're all padlocks. It's that damn tradition of people locking a padlock on here and then throwing away the key. So the canal is full of keys and this bridge is weighed down by all these locks. When you have tons and tons of extra metal added to a bridge, it's going to cause problems, even if it takes a long time. So it might be some cutesy little tradition, but it's a really dumb one, which damages infrastructure. I mean, look at this, the wire here is bending already with just half of it filled. And when these things start to rust, it's all ugly looking too. So it's not really that nice after a short while. Over there you see those red things on the grassy verge, those are little like chill out seats. That's the entry to the Cube. Won't be going in there. Living quarters just past there, but we can't go through. We've got some restaurants here, and I think on top is a hotel. The entrance to it being down the end here. These rafters over us often have things hanging off them. Last I saw there were loads of umbrellas, different colours. Didn't do anything to stop the rain, of course, but they were there. So as you can see on the windows, BBC. I mentioned yesterday that some of the BBC broadcasts are here. I think BBC News. And if we were to go on the canal, back down that way where I showed, one of the studios for ITV is there. So this is channel 1 and 2, and down there is channel 3 on the TV. And just passing the hotel entrance now. Here is the exit to the road if you did actually want to get out. And here is one of the cinemas. Quite an expensive one, but you can actually have food in there, as in like you can have a pizza and eat it in there. Have it brought to your seat, I think. I've got to be very careful here because everything's covered in glass. But what's nice about this BBC premises is that you get a little preview. So I'm just going to scooch on past these people. So here's that one of the statues of Harry the Bull. Let me just walk past the glass so I don't reflect myself. In fact, let's just get down. So there's all sorts of promotional stuff here. Last time I came by here, this front window was full of Peaky Blinders memorabilia and props from the show. Before that they had Doctor Who stuff, so there were Daleks and Cybermen and other things like that. Some kids want a photo shoot with the statue, so I'll walk away. And here you got previews of the different BBC channels that are running. You're here for the MECHA ball. It may or may not be. I went to edit out any mistakes, any doxes, and then release them, and you'll get to time. Oh yeah, there's Harvey Nichols who just came. There are little places you keep seeing people take photos, and that's one of them. Wonderful, Shaggy. you're having a fantastic time. I'm glad to hear it. There is literally glass everywhere. I can't turn the phone. So this is another part of medicine. This is their like cake shack type thing. And I'll show you some of the cakes, and then you can judge for yourself whether they should cost too much. So that's a few of them. So I had a sprinkle donut from there once, and usually if you get one from Greg's, which is a standard bakery, it would cost £1. Back in the day it was about 50p. The one here was £3. It did feel a bit more filling, but you know, I could have just had 2 to feel more full. Oh, and down here used to be loads of shops too. Just like the other balconies down there, there's a space below, but it's now been taken over by this Spaces company, which just do office spaces, I think. Solving the gas shortage, awesome. Oh, some of Johnny Depp's art is available in the art shop right now. But I don't think I can go in and start recording art. Oh, in fact you can see through the window right there. That tiny little text on top of the blurb on the right says Johnny Depp, and that's his art. I didn't know he made art. Just wait a second. There we go. Don't want to be capturing everyone. And now we're going out the front of the mailbox, which is right by the city centre. In fact, if you see that big glass wall between the buildings, that's the New Street station in the distance. A few celebrities have side gigs no one knows about. Yeah. I mean, Johnny Depp is an actor, apparently an artist, and also performs music. I showed the ICC yesterday, which is where he performed right after he was doing all that court stuff. So this is the front of the mailbox. Big old red box, like all the little conventional mailboxes are. Used to be the headquarters for postage going in and out, I'm pretty sure. But it doesn't do that anymore. The actor that plays Hawkeye's a musician. Ah, okay. Yeah, I suppose he does look like a musician, doesn't he? Hidden little Starbucks here. I didn't even know this existed until one day someone was like, oh, let's grab a drink. I was like, there's nothing here, there's a hotel. But no, tiny little Starbucks hidden away. You managed to get out of bed. Good job. I just about managed to get out of bed like an hour or 2 hours ago. I was exhausted from last night. So this is the underside of a bridge, which you might think is just, you know, a boring place, but actually it gets used a lot for different events. So sometimes there are gigs played here. Right now there's some artwork thing, which I won't get close because it's reflective. Don't know what this is about. Oh, it's advertising the art shop. And that is a mirror. Oh gosh, can I risk just holding the phone up to it and you'll get that only? Hang on a sec. Yeah, there we go. Obviously not get myself. Oh right, I can't even see the shapes if I get too close because it's a reflection. Oh, it's Wizard of Oz. And Bart Simpson. Oh, it's Woody and Buzz. And that's Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. Before we go too far, I should also point out one of those giant massive office buildings, which I did actually go into. Shan't say why, but I've been up in one of the upper floors of a huge building over here. In fact, let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna show you just this way for a second, and then we're gonna go up past the building to double back. Homeless people arguing. Yeah, so down that way is the station. See that big silver thing at the end? That's the eye looking display. So they have like an eye-shaped electronic display. I'm not sure really how they plan for that to be used. I guess they just make a rectangular video and put what they want in the middle. I think I've seen it show an error message before as well, so it's pretty silly how that always happens. Damn reflective cars. Parking area too if you really needed to do it. Couple E-shays about. What's that? What's in the E-shay, Shaggy? Oh, they're knocking down this building. Right, okay, so this is the giant building I was on about. And they're actually knocking it down by the looks of things. Tons of bricks over there. Used to be a little driveway here, and security cameras watching it with a speaker system, and whenever someone pulled up here, they'd get told off over the speaker, because you're never supposed to block it. It's not one of those, please do not block, it's do not ever block here, you're going to be in a lot of trouble if you actually do. Which is a rarity. Australian Charles Robert, yeah. Nah, they were just homeless guys that were arguing. And one of them was even on the phone, because phones are so cheap and easily attainable, even the homeless have them. There are a couple. Hang on. Okay. Judging by the last bit of that, I think one wants the phone number of someone else. So maybe it's some dealing that he's not been given access to. So there are often homeless people outside of supermarkets, and I know there's a pair of brothers, and sometimes one will lose the other, and instead of going to check the supermarket, I see him at the nearby roads just shouting his name in the middle of the night, waking people up. So there it's been demolished. Let's just cross this grass. So that used to be a nice little MECHA display in the middle, I think, and now it's just all gone. Tearing away bit by bit. I know that service in there was terrible. If you tried to use your phone, you had to do it via a relay inside, and that relay was kind of crap as well. They just had so many problems communicating through the building. So all the people that were in there have moved to various different offices. The ones I know of moved down the road. Oh, and those are some apartments with balconies, which are right by the canal. So, which direction was I going to take you? If I go down there a distance and to the right, I can show you the ITV headquarters. Not headquarters, sorry, just one of their studios. I don't think it's headquarters anyway. And if I go... tripped on that bus. that a second. Over this way, I can show you expensive office buildings. Let me think. How do I even get to the ITV place? Oh, it's on the canal edge, isn't it? Yeah, so, okay, we'll go this way, because the canal's kind of iffy to get around sometimes. Just wait to get across. I'm gonna run. And the same guy's gonna turn around. And still go. This whole building is kind of due to be knocked down, kind of due to be renovated. I'm not sure how used it is, but I know that the equipment on top needs to be used. So whenever there's people graffitiing and defacing stuff, they often damage the equipment. So unfortunately, they're in a situation where they can't get rid of the building because they need the equipment on top, which is why it's all on scaffolding right now while they try to renovate. So if you remember that big black building there, the one that was, or is, under construction, we were on the other side of that before. That's where you can go through those passages, where there are now two instead of one. But we're going to go this way. And this direction has tons and tons of offices and apartments. There are the apartments, might be a hotel actually, and there are offices. I knew a guy who used to work in there. That's the only thing I know about it. I think it has a lot of what do you call it when you phone up and you get help? Customer service. I think it has a lot of those inside. It might not be reflected by the elevator, there we go. Weird. That white takes the HM government and the blue takes 3 Arena Central. Now this building here, the one with all the glass between stone, that is actually a renovated old building. On the front of it you'll see there's all columns and such, and old bricks. It's been taken over by the university. The banner there actually says it's the Commonwealth Business Hub. And this big strip of land here is due to be a giant office building. All of that. The problem though is it's been due to be an office building for years. I saw advertisements for the offices themselves, as in you could buy an office for 10 grand. But they haven't materialised yet, so I don't know. Could be a wasted investment if you did buy one of those offices years ago. I don't know if they expected to still be working on it 5 years later or whatever. Have I played Evolve 2016? Is that the thing where the guy has like those growths, like claws and such? Because no, I haven't, but I know what it is. If it's something else though, I'm not sure. And now here we come out at that big old merchandise hub. And the library. So that's prototype. Oh, okay. Let's evolve then. And we're out here. So I'll show you a bit of the view. Oh, it started with muted mic again. What the hell? Yeah, so it seems that if I approach the ball, it jams my signal. It kind of sucks. So I'm going to show you the ITV studio, and then we're going to walk into the main part of town where it should be super busy. But now that it's 20 to 6, it might be a bit less busy. And I can't remember exactly how I get to the ITV studio. Spoiler alert, I don't tend to go there. There's the wiped out land. Oh, that's close, nearly reflects myself. Because the windows out there are actually just straight up mirrors. Let's go down this way. Oh, we need to be on the other side of the canal. The problem here is you can't really cross the canal, you need to just be on the other side. I'll show you the canal house, little pub restaurant thing. See all these cars with the stickers on there for the Commonwealth Games. So it looks like the parking area is still accessible underneath the knockdown area. Yeah, so we need to be on the other side of the canal there. The only way to do that is to get back onto the main road. Well, we'll go this way and see where it takes us. There's always huge friggin' slopes on these bridges. Easy to trip on. They have raised bricks as well, which I think is just to make it not a slippy surface, but one with all bricks. But it also means you can trip on the bricks. Oh, it stinks here, what the hell? Oh, it's like a mix of cheese and coffee. Oh, I think we just passed a restaurant boat. Maybe that was it. So this is where a bunch of people live in the boats. And that right there, that brown brick building, I think, is the ITV office. So we'll try and get round there in a sec. Now that way takes us back up to the road. We'll go this way. A few little tucked-away places here. You got a karaoke bar. You got oh, I think that's an office building. Jimmy Spices, I thought was here. Huh. Now we're back onto Broad Street. Please note the photo op. There's the back of the ICC building, just where I was on about earlier. Johnny Depp performing. Alright, this is where we want to be. So that's the side of Coyote Ugly. And I don't know if this laundrette is still in use. I never see anyone go in or out, but it might be vehicle access for the side. We've got Hindu there. This is one of the narrower places to walk, these little pavements half blocked by bins. And here we have the ITV studio. So you can see the logos. It says ITV, Clever Cherry, SF Recruitment, Concept Group, and Zeiss. So it's not just one thing in there, it's a bunch. So I don't know if it's a studio or just an office, but that is definitely part of ITV. And here's the entry. This gate. Oh, I suppose there's a gate there too. So now we've come down here, I'm going to re-enter the canal from this side, and we're going to walk along to Utilita Arena, which is a big canal junction. And you'll get to see where Thingy formed. What's her name? Billie Eilish. A few weeks ago. Bumpy steep steps. So all the way down there is the mailbox. You can actually see the little sign on top. And here we are. Back there is where those little tracks were in the ground. The ones that we thought might be a in-cart system. People have fallen into the canal, especially as it's right next to pubs and such. These rings are supposed to be used to tie your boat to the side, but I'm pretty sure they can be used to grab onto and climb back out of the water if you fall in. Excuse me. And this gets very short here. It's actually, like, that's head height, so I need to go around it. And you see the lights are covered in cobwebs. No one ever actually cleans under here, despite the fact that they have a lighting system. So there's the back of the ICC again. That's Black Sabbath Bridge. Those would be coaches for whoever's performing inside, or might even be just for some of the event staff. So that's the side exit. Here's the back entrance. More restaurants tucked away. This is where you can get those rentable boats. In fact, some of them are literally just eating in them, they're not driving them. That's the back entry of the ICC. Shan't go over there, there's just a big metal shell, some pods to dine in. Along the entire water's edge there are little restaurants on this side. Gotta watch your step that you don't trip over these posts in the ground. That way goes up to Brindley Place, that's the tourist trap area. We've walked through that junction several times now on the stream. This guy's trying to moor his boats. Doggy. Often you'll find that people who have boats have dogs as well. I've seen a dog just randomly sleeping in the middle of the pavement here before. Well, not here, but further down the canal. Because they just take it as their back garden kind of area. Fortunately, they're quite friendly because they used to be passed by many, many people. And this one's actually for hire. There's another way up into the Brindley Place, and this is the Sea Life Centre I pointed out yesterday. Big pub there, next to the water's edge. And if you thought it was dangerous falling into the water here, that's the soft landing. The hard landing is through that little tunnel there, because that's sectioned off. And it kind of becomes steps, seating area down there, but it's also quite hard. If you slip down there, you'll get badly hurt and stuck in bushes and brambles, so hard to get back out to. This is the Utilita Arena. This is where Billie Eilish performed a few weeks back, and many other people do. It used to be called the NIA, National Indoor Arena, but they've since renamed to Utilita. Or the company is called Utilita, I'm not sure. This is the back of the Sea Life Centre. So you got this massive canal junction here. Signpost on the little island. Wolverhampton to the left, Worcester to the right. 13 miles versus 30. It also says the number of locks, which are the height adjustment places. Where you literally lock the water into place in order to rise or lower. That there is the Legoland Discovery Centre. But it's all glass, so I can't really show you much. I'll show you the giraffe, yeah. More restaurants there, and down there is that gym. So you see those green columns? Tucked away behind that is the gym. People on treadmills and exercise bikes. I don't think she was speaking to me. I think she was speaking to the baby in the pram. Now you gotta be careful here, because this is where swans like to get out of the water and attack people. So it's always best to just go over. But we're actually crossing out here, so let's go. Gotta be careful with that glass. Oh yeah, it's very reflective. Let's just bring that down. So, Legoland Discovery Centre, it's got shops to the one side. If you go past that, it's got a whole like, edutainment centre for kids. Shan't get closer because it's difficult to not be reflected there. And then there's this giant Duplo giraffe. So Duplo is like chunky Lego. It's the baby safe one. People have climbed it and damaged it before. That's why I just say don't do it. Person to scale. Actually, I can show you some more of that centre from here. This is just the queuing for Billie Eilish before, all the way down that road, up onto the main road, round the back, down another road, as well as all along the canal. All of this was full. People waiting, queuing. I heard someone got pushed in the water with the bike as well, so rowdy crowds. I suppose people are waiting for ages to get agitated, but you need to have some self-control. So there's various restaurants around the edge of the arena, so they need something on the frontage. So we've just passed the Costa, and there's some angled glass, so dodge that. And here is Ed's Diner. What's it called? Ed's Easy Dine. Or Easy Diner. It's all in the old American diner style. And here is the competitive piano place. So there's someone playing right now. And I'm not sure exactly how it works. Jukeboxes, dueling piano bar. So I suppose you just take your turns and then decide who's better. There's all little seating areas and tables and such. And I think that's the last little restaurant. So we'll be going back now. Yeah, that's it. Then you got the entrance to the arena around there. So if we go back this way, which is now the other side of the canal, where are we going to go? So think. This will be the last outdoor stream, by the way. I don't want to tread old ground and just repeat myself in other streams, devaluing each one. I'd rather retain the value of the originals and leave it at that.
Oh, my ass,
I think they're shouting to her. Yeah. In fact, we'll go this way. We're on the back of the ICC. At least then you get a different angle. So there's the true back end of the ICC. You see it says Bay B, and there's a Bay A over there somewhere. This is all the delivery area. NG Birmingham District NG scheme. Looks like there's equipment in there. So yeah, I think it's a power station. Little conference centre there. There's a few little apartments. I think they're council homes. It's the sort of places where they cram it all together, raw tight, to make it cheap. And over there you can see the arena still, just about. Oh, and that sign over there, it does say off licence, but it's actually been closed for ages. Don't know when. I went over there a couple of months back and then it was closed, so it was a wasted trip. Another pub here, Prince of Wales, tucked away where nobody would go looking, so maybe it's for all the people that live here. So there aren't just the brown brick apartment buildings over there, there's also these tower blocks. These are right by the centre of the city essentially, these tower blocks, kind of tucked away, hidden away. So if you did work in the city and you were low income, that's probably where you'd be living. Because otherwise it's quite expensive to live in the city. As I showed the estate agent place yesterday. Something like £850 a month for an apartment. 1,600 for a house. Ah, there's Bay A. Someone's blasted along, Mr. Amazon Prime here. Just came from the blocked road bit, so I don't know why he needs to be so fast. The guy's actually flagged him down. Yeah, I think he's telling him to get back. Yeah. The other guy, I think, has let him go. Yeah, so the delivery guy can't get down there because this whole road is blocked. It will be till the 10th. So that over there is by the giant MECHA ball. In fact, I might lose signal here because around the front side I did. So I'm just going to stay around the back side and hopefully it doesn't have the same effect. Oh man, I should get a drink or something, but to do that I need to go in a shop. I don't want to record it inside a place. This is the back of the Rep Theatre. I think it's short for Repertory Theatre. You can see there's all sorts of props and stuff that's just stored back there. Stage door, refuse, and round the side is deliveries. And here is the back of the library. Not really sure why it needs huge doors, but it has them. Amazon van is back again. Where is he going? He's already been told he can't go that way. Unless it's a different one. He's come all the way around. He's just done a big U-turn here. I'm not sure why. He could have done 3.10 down there. Maybe he's just teasing those security guys. Oh no, he's actually pulled up behind me, so I think he's going to have to walk. Oh yeah, so this is the library. That's how big it is. way up there. Here's the ground floor part. You'll notice the windows are slightly tinted. I'm pretty sure it's to protect against UV rays from damaging the books. Or it might just be general darkening against sunlight. More council homes tucked away there behind that parking area, and we're going to go this way. No, we're not. That's the Bull, and I'll probably get jammed. But it's nice that we can see it from here. No, we're going to go this way. So these blackboards in front of us are sectioning off an area that was recently knocked down. It was a huge office building. It's been rebuilt into the octagon. Giant doors for vehicles. And yes, they do open and close them, they're not just always open. Over there is part of the university. Restaurants down there as well. Old stylized buildings around town. Most of them are just offices though. And that big behemoth will be offices too. I'm not approaching the Bull, just wanted to get that. Edward VII from 1001 to 1010. That must have been his reign. Oh, sorry, not 1000. 1901 to 1910. Education and progress. I'm not reading all that. There you go. So the statue was put in place in 1913. Yeah. Just a few years after he finished his reign. If the dates are right.
And
way down there is that tower I pointed out yesterday. So we're all the way on the other side now. Here's that 2-corridor path, one way. The crowds aren't going to be that thick. If I'd come by in the middle of the day, it would be near impossible to get through here, which is why they got the one-way system. Don't look at the windows. So I've already explained places around here, I'm just showing you how busy it is. And this is after the shops are closed. It's now 6:10. So imagine the crowds were twice as thick. That's what we'd be dealing with right now. Go back there, Martha.
And far beyond.
There are those boards in action. So we're coming up to one of the event areas. This isn't just a stage, it's also, I mean, it's not just a stage people walk on, it's also a performance stage. I saw some people doing dancing here a couple of weeks ago. Not when the stage was here though, when they put their own mats out. So yesterday we went down that way. We came up that way. Stupid little kids keep running into my legs. Another one just did. They walk in one direction with their head in another. I can't zoom. Over against that town hall wall is where they often have a demonstration against the war in Ukraine. I put a video of that on YouTube, very short one. It's unlisted though, so you'd have to get to it through the Discord. Oh, it's actual padded seating, right? This way. Known as the I don't know what its actual name is. For a few years they turned it off and just filled all these fountain steps with plants. So you couldn't use it for water, but it was still pretty. Now it's back on again after all these years. There we go, so there it is from the front. Another cartwheel. Good job. It's weird, you don't usually see kids cartwheeling, but here we've seen two within the space of 2 minutes. It's German bratwurst you can get there, never tried it. Tortillas, tacos, burritos.
You're right, going up the steps.
Corner shop, Greg's, Nando's, get a cheeky Nando's. Stop for bratwurst. I might finish the stream shortly and just get some food while I'm in town. So currently we're going down the path I didn't go down or go up, back up yesterday near the end. It joins the two lengths of journey I did last night. So when we were up there last night, went down that street and then eventually we're at the end of this street and went up that way. So we actually missed this area. It's full of all sorts of little cafes and restaurants, a few shops too. If I ever eat their snaps and photos, maybe I should do it on my Instagram or something, like those influencers do. Take a photo of every piece of food they eat. Of course, where there is food, there will be pigeons. You're a bratwurst guy.
And then, when it's time...
You are some homunculus made of bratwurst. I feel bad for you. Little tiny Batman. Planning a future food tour of different places. Oh, you should definitely come to Birmingham then. There's everything. Some homeless guy was just trying to sell me a copy of The Big Issue. As far as I know, The Big Issue is a big pyramid scheme where homeless people gather money to pay for big issues. Then they try to sell them at a higher price. And they don't really manage to sell all the copies, so they don't make profit, the company does. It's how to make money off the homeless. And what I'm saying is not news. It's been discussed for many years. Down there is one of the entrances to New Street Station, or Grand Central as they like to call it. Grand Central is the culmination of New Street Station and the shops and restaurants above and around it. Didn't used to be called that though. For many years it was just New Street Station, regardless of the shops and restaurants. It was only when they refurbished it a couple of years back they decided, well, we've refurbished it, let's just call it something as well. Here's some Christian preacher.
We don't live forever, okay? You have a limited time. Hallelujah! Praise the Lord,
It's quite annoying with the damn speed. A modern looking place, or one that can easily be refurbished. Not a well-designed historical building. So disappointing. Okay, so we've kind of reached the end of the line here. As in, I'll be actually treading old ground if I carry on. So I want to grab something to eat, something to drink, and oh, actually, before we end, there was that little manga shop that was closed yesterday, and I said we'd have to come back during the day, as in it was closed on the night, of course. So we're going to have a quick look at that, just around the corner. Clothing shop, bank, art store. They have quite a good range of supplies. Tiny bit expensive, as you'd expect, unfortunately. And that does say David's Bridal on that big sign above, but it's actually an advert for further down, which we saw in the alleyway last night. This jewellery store is closed. It is 6:20 in the evening now, so it's not surprising. There you go, there's the bridal place down there. And here is the manga store. I wonder if I can show inside. If I get close to the window it's going to reflect me, so I'd best not. I'll take an angle there. In fact, we can go to the open door. There we go. Hey, avoided all reflections, right. I think we'll end it there then. So, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next stream. Bye.